Tune in, man. Scorpio season. I just want to talk about Scorpios, man. Where the Scorpios at, man? Where the Scorpios? Where the Scorpios at, man? Shout out to them Scorpios, man. Shout out to them folks. Where at, man? Tag all the Scorpios. And, oh, go on. Scorpio season almost done, so I had to make a live real quick. I mean, just touch base. Just talk about Scorpio and whatever you guys want to talk about. Scorpio season is almost over, guys. If you haven't, check out my last TikTok too, guys. Shout out to the Scorpios. Sagittarius season is almost up, coming up. Tune in, guys. I just want to talk about Scorpio and whatever you guys want to talk about, man. Whatever you guys want to talk about, that's what I'm here for. Shout out to y'all Scorpios, man. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Tag y'all Scorpio friends, you know, friends, boyfriend, girlfriends, family members. Okay, Sag in the building. Y'all up next. I like Sagittarius, man. I like Sagittarius. Glute spread. Shout out. Hey, Uncle Chad. Hey, what's up? Hey, Uncle CJ, who that? Y'all, you know me. Who is that? What's up, man? I just want to talk about Scorpio. Oh, hi, Mama. Hopi, what you doing on here? What are you doing? Well, this is TikTok. My niece is on here, guys. She is Sagittarius too, man. She is Sagittarius. Shout out to y'all Scorpios, though. Okay. Give my daughter a kiss for me, Mama. Give her a big kiss. Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Yeah, I got TikTok, baby. Yeah, man. Yeah, I just want to talk about Scorpios, man, because, like, I don't know, like, how y'all feel about Scorpios? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I, like, every time people mention Scorpio, it's, like, always they always get a bad rep. I know Scorpios get a bad rep, Gemini get a bad rep, but, Scorpio's not that bad, man. Scorpio is not that bad. Passionate, you know, extremely passionate. I can say that. You know, whatever they do it very intensely, right? Shout out to y'all Scorpios. Everything that they do with passion, intent, a lot of conviction, right? So there's Aries, right? So you know Aries and Scorpios have a similar planet in common, which is Mars, right? Mars is a intense planet, right? It's a very, very intense planet, you know, very, very aggressive. Scorpio is a very, very aggressive sign, you know that. Um, but they're very, very, like Scorpios may be passionate and crazy and all that, but they lovers, right? They're lovers, right? And I think that some Scorpios, are also a very, very tough sign. But behind that toughness, that tough exterior, you know, it's a lot of love behind that, right? A lot of love behind that tough exterior, right? That toughness, right? You know, um, which I can understand because, you know, I don't know. People say that out of all the water signs, cancers are the most sensitive, right? I don't think so. I think it have to be out of Pisces or Scorpio, right? But when it comes to sensitivity or emotions, Scorpios they like to hide right? They like to hide their emotions, right? Like to just try to disregard as much as they can. Scorpios would rather cry, right? If you hurt them, they'll rather cry behind closed doors, right? They rather cry behind closed doors. Like they would not, because Scorpios is a thing, right? Like Scorpios is about weakness and strength and weaknesses, right? Strength and weaknesses, right? Let me just pause the game quick. So Scorpios is about strength and weaknesses, right? They do not like to show their emotions because that is a sign of weakness, right? But I feel as though emotions can go either way. It can be a strength and it can also be a weakness, right? It can be intelligence, right? It's a form of intelligence, right? Scorpios, I probably feel like they're probably like probably more emotional out of all the water signs, right? Out of Pisces and Cancer. It's just that these guys like to do things behind closed doors, right? Scorpions are about power. They're about power. So obviously they feel as though, showing emotions is a weakness, right? This is how they, Scorpios are about power so much. This is how they even this is how they overcome somebody. This is how they overcome somebody, right? It's about power. It's about what uh, like they do not like to show no type of emotions, but I feel as though they're the very emotional sign, just like the opposite sign, Taurus, right? Tauruses are a very, very emotional sign, but they don't like to show that. You would have to know a Taurus very, very well to know that they're very, very emotional people. And obviously, being that they're polar opposites, Scorpio does the same thing, right? But they can hide their emotions better than the other water signs, I believe. But this is why they put that very, very tough exterior up, right? But Scorpio, I like Scorpios, like very misunderstood sign. I know like people are saying that they're most hated sign. They're just very misunderstood. The more misunderstood that you are, the more that you're disliked. And it's not fair. It is not fair. It's not fair, right? Just misunderstood, right? But Scorpios are a very, very, very loving sign. And that's what I love about Scorpios, honestly, because like they really have good hearts, right? Even though they have a dark side. Don't we all have a dark side? We all have a dark side, right? But Scorpio is a very, very loving sign. Yo, gang, what's up, Ed? How you doing? LOL. And here, Pisces, me, just overflowing with emotions, right? Yeah, Pisces, I probably feel as though I think Cancer is probably the most emotional sign just because of the fact that the moon, right? The moon deals with the emotions, and the moon is what rules Cancer. So I feel as though that it makes them, more unstable because of just how the moon operates, right? My sign, I'm a Taurus, right? So I'm a Taurus. My sign's a Taurus, but I'm talking about Scorpio, the opposite sign, right? Hey everyone, what's up? What's up? You can't just do a Scorpio wrong, otherwise they will just cut you off forever. Yes, Scorpio will cut you off forever. But the thing is that I think that Scorpio will get their payback, right? They're gonna have to get their just due, right? Um, they're either gonna cut you off or they're gonna cut you. That's it. Scorpio's gonna either cut you off or they're gonna cut you, or they'll do both, or they'll do both. They gonna cut you before they cut you off, right? But yeah, because everything that they do, they're very passionate, right? And they're gonna put that much emotion behind whatever that they're doing because they have so much conviction, so much passion and conviction. Like they say what they mean and they mean what they say, right? Like there's no in betweens with Scorpio, right? There is no in betweens, honestly, right? You know what I mean? But shout out to you, Scorpios, man. Yo, I want to talk about Scorpio in death, right? So, being though Pluto the planet, right? Good one, cut you, cut you, cut. Yeah, being though, all right. So Pluto is a very, very dark planet. Never again. That day is Scorpio. Never again. Right? Scorpios are actually a lot of Scorpios are actually infatuated with the thought of death. Right? You can find a lot of Scorpios that works in the morgue, right? Scorpios are actually like they're just like they when it comes to death and Scorpios, A lot of them like are actually enticed by that, right? Like you will find a lot of people that are Scorpios that will work in um the morgue, the funeral home, school, they're very very into like death, right? And because Pluto, right, is a dark planet, and that's what rules them. So Scorpios are into that, like that creepy stuff. Like they like death does not. A lot of Scorpios don't be phased. They don't get phased by death, honestly. And it's so crazy, right? Like some of them actually like to look into that, right? They're into that, like Gemini as well. Gemini is also into like death and all that. Like do you look at Jeffrey Dahmer? Like these type of people like are into it for some reason, but Scorpios, they're numb to death. Um Ted Bundy, right? Charles Manson, right? Yes, they're really numb to death. And it's so crazy because it's really because of Pluto, right? Like when it comes to crime, to the underworld, Scorpios, they got it. Like I mean, I don't want to I don't want to, you know, like inspire people like Scorpios, but Scorpios make a lot of like they can make like some of the best criminals. Believe it or not, Scorpios can make some of the, and I don't want to say best criminals, but it is what it is. Scorpios can make some of the best criminals, right? Because like they're like the gods of the underworld, right? When it comes to crime and everything like that, they are they're with that. Scorpios are really with that, right? Especially if they're like low vibrational Scorpios, right? If they're operating on a low vibrational scale, man, forget about it, right? Like they're numb to death. That's a fact. Scorpios are criminologists. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, yo, because I know a lot of Scorpios. I've been watching a lot of shows. They like to like there's Scorpios that are into like they're one of you. They want to work in the morgue. They want to be anything that has to do with death and within the funeral. When they're autopsy, like it's just crazy, bro. Like that's why I love astrology, man. I love astrology honestly because like it's so deep, right? But Pluto is a dark planet, dark and cold, and you get this your Scorpio on the wrong side. You get the wrong side of Scorpio, you're gonna get nothing but cold and numbness. Like nothing. Scorpios do not when they don't play, right? They don't play, right? But on the light side of the spectrum, Scorpios are loving people. They're loving people. They either, they either they go whatever they're doing, they go all in. There's no in between with Scorpios, right? There's no in betweens. They go all in when it comes to anything, right? This is why they're very. This is why I like Scorpios because like when they got their mind set on something, whether it's a goal, whatever goal it is, they have tunnel vision and they're gonna whatever they're doing, they're gonna put out a passion behind it, right? So I give that to Scorpios, right? They don't like to give up. They don't like to give up on what they're doing. Whatever they're doing, they're gonna put 110% behind what they're doing, right? Even when a Scorpio speaks, right? Look how when you speak to a Scorpio, look at their eyes. They have very, very piercing eyes, right? And within those eyes, those are truth tellers. Scorpios remind me of a human lie detector test, right? They remind me of like that's why it's kind of hard to lie to Scorpio. It may not be hard for them to lie to you, but it's kind of hard to lie to Scorpio. What I'm saying is that Scorpios can easily feel when you're lying. First of all, they're water sign, right? So they're very, very intuitive, right? But let's exclude that fact, right? Let's talk about the fact that it's just something about their eyes, right? Look into a Scorpio eyes. It's very piercing, right? And it's kind of hard to look at Scorpio in their eye because it's very intimidating. You ever try to look at a Scorpio in their eye? It's kind of hard. It's very intimidating. It's like very, very piercing. I know when people look. It's very piercing. Like I go directly for a stare. Yeah, Scorpios, it's kind of hard to look at Scorpio in the eye, like honestly, right? They look right through you. Like when a Scorpio look at you, they're looking right. It's like they're looking right through you, like right through your soul. Like it's so crazy, man. It's so crazy when they say that the eyes is the window to your soul. I believe that Scorpio can see that, like see a lot. Like I said, they're human lie detector test. It's hard to lie to a Scorpio. It's very, very hard to. You must look away. Yes, when you look at a Scorpio, it's hard to look them in their eye, yo. Like it's very even if like they're not mad or anything. It's just that they're just so even if just they're looking at their gaze when it is just so intimidating. It's just so uh I don't know, but you can tell Scorpio by the eyes, right? You can tell Scorpio by the eyes, like by the eyebrows. It's for some reason it's just like very um it's just like very dark. Like they have like thick eyebrows, just like bright eyes, but also piercing eyes, right? You can also that's how if you notice, you can tell Aries by their eyes as well, especially their eyebrows, right? They have like very thick eyebrows. And Scorpio, for some reason, a lot of Scorpios have a lot of widow, like the widow's peak. For some reason, a lot of Scorpions have widow's peak. Like for some reason, I don't know, but I'm telling you, I guess it's because of that death aspect, that Pluto aspect, man. Yo, but yo, but I don't know. Like Scorpio is one of the most hated signs. Like I said, they're just very misunderstood. It's like you got a hate or a love, like it's a love hate type of thing that people have with Scorpios, right? But they're just very misunderstood, right? Very misunderstood, right? Scorpio One thing about Scorpio is that they want to conquer you. When in a relationship with a Scorpio, they have to know all your secrets, right? And the reason why they have to know your secrets is because they want to get to know you on a deeper aspect, on a deeper level, right? But this is why at the same time Scorpios can be very dangerous, right? Because they will know a lot about you, right? If they want to deal with you, if a Scorpio is into you, they have to know everything about you. Like they want to know things that your mom don't know about you. Like this is how they're the sign of secrets, right? And also Scorpios are the sign of explosion, sign of destruction, right? So if a Scorpio wants to, they can destroy you, right? Because I just told you that they like to know your secrets. They want to know everything about you. They want to know you in and out, right? But the thing is that you would never know a Scorpio. You can be with a Scorpio for your whole life. You will not know everything about a Scorpio, right? Because, like I said, Scorpio is about power. Knowing their secrets will make them vulnerable, right? They'll make them vulnerable, and that's a sign of weakness, right? Any type of vulnerability, that's a sign of weakness, right? They have to know everything about you, but you can't know everything about them. But the more that you know about them, the weaker that they are. What about Virgo? Okay, what do you want to know about Virgo? What do you know about Virgo? Virgo, um, Earth sign, little bit Earth sign, right? Very critical people, analytical people. Virgo and honestly, Virgo and Scorpio are very similar. Believe it or not, Virgo and actually they said that Scorpio and Virgos were actually the same sign, and then I guess that they split up, right? So they have a lot of similarities, right? Just like Virgos, I mean Scorpio is like the sign of scandal, right? And Virgos are very scandalous people. Scorpios and Virgos are very similar. Look at their look at their look at their hearts, look at the sign, look at their logo, right? It's very similar, but they're very similar in certain, like they're about, like scandal, scandal. Like Scorpio and Virgo had that in common. They're very similar, honestly. Virgos are the best thing on earth. I mean, it's good, it's good to say that your sign is the best sign. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody feel like that. Um, I know a lot of Virgos. I can relate to Virgos. I have a lot of Virgos. I have Virgo in my chart. I have a Virgo moon, so I understand Virgo very well. I understand Virgo very well. But everybody feels that their sign is the best sign, right? Nobody's more prouder than what they are. I think Libras and Virgos are alike. And how? And how? Okay, so Virgos and Libra is the next sign, right? Is the next sign over from Virgo. So you're gonna have similarities. Any sign that comes before your sign or after your sign, you will have some similarities, right? Right? Right. So I mean, there's some similarities, right? Because Virgo try to change perfection. Libras had that in common as well. Virgos and Libras are all about perfection as well. Libras are very vain, right? Like they try to chase perfection. So honestly, Virgos and Libra have some similarities, right? Like no matter what, yo, honestly, that whatever sign comes before and after your sign, you're gonna put energy from that sign. You're gonna put energy from that sign, right? Yes, 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 yes. So they are similar in some ways, right? But honestly, like I said, that's one of the things I can actually pinpoint. Virgos and Libra, they are very, very they like to chase perfection, right? Like Libras, they always try to see what they're like the type of green, the grass is greener type of people, right? When it comes to like dating, like for instance, right? When it comes to dating, this is why Libras are serial daters because at times they jump into a situation thinking that the grass is greener, and they're gonna always find something wrong. Believe it or not, Libra is a judgmental sign. Libra is a judgmental sign, believe it or not. Libras are very judgmental. How about Virgo men and Gemini women? Yo, Virgo and Gemini have a similarity, right? They're very similar. I'm gonna tell you what way, right? Being as though that they share the same planet, which is Mercury, right? They're very witty. Virgos are very, very witty people, right? So we're Gemini, right? When it comes to communication, they're very similar in that aspect as well. You can honestly mistake a Gemini for a Virgo sometimes too, right? Both mutable signs. They're both mutable, right? They know how to adjust to any environment, right? But I feel as though Virgos are more down to earth, right? Because Virgo is an earth sign. When it comes to Gemini, they're air sign. So they kind of more flighty. Even if let's talk about flightiness. Virgos and Geminis are flighty people, right? Like Virgos are flighty people, honestly, because Virgos like to live in their head. They like to live in their heads, right? So honestly, once they get in their heads, it's over. What about Virgo women and Aries man? Virgo women and Aries man. I like that combination though. I like that combination. What about Virgos? Yeah, Virgo woman. Like I honestly, Virgos remind me of a toolbox, right? Virgos remind me of a toolbox. They're like a utility belt. Like Virgos can adapt to any situation. So when it comes to relationship, Virgo will conform, will conform to whoever that they're dating. I will actually conform, right? There's nothing or there's no job or no nothing that's too big for a Virgo. Like Virgo women remind me of a utility belt, like a box that a toolbox. They have everything. They have everything. There's nothing that they don't have, right? So they can easily relate and easily adapt, right? That's where the mutableness comes from, right? They're very, very mutable. So I think the Virgos and Aries man will work, right? They both can learn each other. They can learn something from each other. I think that Aries can learn from Virgo is strategy, right? Strategy, because Virgos are very strategic people, right? And I think that what Virgos can learn from Aries is how to be more selfless, like because Aries knows how to be is they're kind of selfish, in a sense to where it's like once they got something set in their mind, they're going for it. And sometimes Virgos, because they're a sign of service, they kind of are very selfless, right? So you guys can actually learn from each other. My Virgo is the sweetest, but will F you up. Yes, Virgos, Virgos are the type of people that like, you know, you would not expect certain things from them. You have to know a Virgo. Honestly, Virgos are very, very dangerous people. Virgos are actually dangerous people. No matter, I'm telling you that right now. They're a very dangerous sign. I'm Scorpio, but love me some signs, some fire signs. Yes, yes. Scorpios, I'm telling you, like you guys can match the intensity of a fire sign. Yo, honestly, Scorpios are so intense that people can mistake a Scorpio for a fire sign. Some people think that Scorpios are fire sign just because of how intense that they are, right? They have the same intensity as Aries. They share the same planet as Aries, Mars. Mars is the planet of war, right? Like battle, like so they're very like tough people. I'm telling you, people actually mistake Scorpio for a fire sign. I remember one time I was like, yo, I forgot who I was talking to. I was like, Scorpio is a water sign, right? They were like, no, it's a fire sign. I'm like, no, Scorpio is a water sign. But I'm telling you, it's because that they're so intense and so fiery that people mistake Scorpios for a fire sign. And it's so crazy. But Mars played a big role in that. It plays a huge role in Scorpio, right? Like that passion, right? That conviction, that fire. See, look, that's what I'm saying. Scorpio is a water sign. It's a water sign. That's crazy. That is so crazy how you can mistake a water sign for a fire sign. That is so crazy.
Water will, knowing that water could put that fire out, right? People mistake that. That is so crazy, honestly. Shout out to you, Scorpios. Shout out to Scott, man. Yo, my dad, Scorpio. Rest in peace to my dad. His birthday November 4th, right? Honestly, just how Scorpios speak to you, right? Just how they speak. Like they can be the sweetest people in the world, but when they speak, it's so, oh my god. It's just like, it can sometimes can be overwhelming. Like it can just be like just so I can't explain it, but like all right, let me share something with you guys. You guys follow me, whatever. So you guys support me, so I'm gonna consider you guys my family. I have sickle cell anemia, right? I have sickle cell. It's a blood disease. But I'm not gonna get into what sickle cell is. You guys can check it out yourself. But long story short, right? My dad. Okay, so there's times when because of my sickle cell, I go into the hospital, right? I get hospitalized, right? I'll be. I'm talking about me as a grown man. I'm in my 30s. Before my dad passed away, it'll be times where I would hate to tell my father that I'm in the hospital. And so once he would find out I'm in the hospital, he'll be like, "Why you didn't tell me in the hospital? Wait." It was just like so intimidating, yo. Like when a Scorpio speaks to you, it's so intimidating, right? Rest in peace to my dad. He was, like I said, like they're so intimidating. Just the voice of my dad, like it's just like always makes you feel like you're in trouble, right? Scorpio is very intense, and they're very passionate people, right? I used to be afraid to tell my dad what was wrong, like as a grown man, right? But Scorpios, I'm telling you, man, like when they speak to you, it's just that that intimidation, bro. It's just, man, listen, man. But I love you, Scorpio. Scorpios are very misunderstood, right? I always say don't get on the Scorpio's bad side, right? Especially when they live on a low vibrational scale, right? Don't get on their bad side. These people are very dangerous, right? I think most of the all the water signs are dangerous, right? But Cancers and Scorpios are dangerous. But Cancers don't get the rap that bad rap does that Scorpio gets, honestly, right? But Cancer is a dangerous sign, right? And it's because of that emotion. It's because of that emotions, right? Emotions is a very dangerous thing. But Scorpios, honestly, try not to get on the Scorpio's bad side, guys. Very misunderstood zodiac sign, but they're very loving, and like you can actually feel a Scorpio's love. That's what I love about Scorpio. Like vindictive, absolutely, right? They're very vindictive, and they're very strategic. That's another thing that Scorpio and Virgo have in common, right? They're very similar. I'm telling you, they're like very vindictive, right? And calculated, very strategic, and patient as well, right? When a Scorpio want to do something to you, it's never usually fast, right? It's never usually fast. They take their time, and they get you at the time when you're most vulnerable. Scorpios is about power, vulnerability, whatever. right? They want to catch you when you're most vulnerable, right? This is why Scorpios have to know everything about you, right? It can either be for positivity or for negativity, right? But Scorpios want to know everything about you. They have to know if they're dealing with you. They have to know what they're dealing with and who they're dealing with. Like I said, Scorpios are the type of people that want to know some things about you that your mother doesn't know about you, right? They want to know about every single birthmark, about anything about you, your birthmarks, anything what you ate 10 years ago, right? Scorpios are loyal people, very very loyal people, but they're also sneaky as well, right? Very stubborn as well, right? Because yes, yeah, I study my partner. Yeah, Scorpios are very stubborn, right? It's a fixed sign. Scorpio is a fixed sign, right? All fixed signs are stubborn, right? They're fixated on whatever that they're fixated on. So it makes them stubborn. Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, fixed signs, right? And they lie. We all lie, right? Everybody lies. But she said a lot. They said a lot. Yes, I'm with Canary, and she said hi. Hi, Hopi. Tell my daughter I said hi. I love her. Can't wait till she come home. Yeah, so Scorpios, right? We all lie, right? But Scorpios, yes, they hate when you lie to them, but you cannot lie like they can lie to you, right? You can't lie to a Scorpio, right? But they can lie to you. And Scorpios, if you try to lie to a Scorpio, honestly, like they don't figured you out, right? Because Scorpio reminds me of a human a lie detector test. We women are too, right? Sneaky as f. Yeah, Scorpios are sneaky, right? Scorpios are sneaky, right? Yes, they are. How about Gemini and Sagittarius, man? Oh, that's they're opposite signs, right? They're very, very similar. Geminis and Sagittarius are very, very similar, right? One thing about Sagittarius, you said Sagittarius men, right? Sagittarius men, one thing about them, right? When they're dealing with you, they can like in the beginning dating the Sagittarius, like it's all fun and it's very very fun. The men, they can act like everything is all cool, but once they get their feelings involved, they're very very controlling. That's one thing that people don't know about, like unless you gotta do with a Sagittarius to know this, right? They're very very controlling men, like controlling people. Sagittarius, when they're in love, they're very controlling, guys. We not sneaky. We just don't tell you what we doing. That's omission, right? That's omission, right? I think. Yeah. Let's talk about Venus and Scorpio, man. Ooh, that is deep, deep love right there, right? That's tough love. That's deep love, right? Scorpios, they can, like I said, they can lie to you, but you cannot lie to them. And they will know. They have to know about your whereabouts. Like I said, they have to know everything about you, right? Because this is what makes them feel power. Scorpio is about power, right? Power, right? So when a Scorpio deals with you, they have to conquer you. Like when you date a Scorpio, when you're involved with a Scorpio, or in a relationship or friendship, they have to be the one that got the upper hand. They have to know that they conquer you. That's their goal, is to conquer you, right? Because it's a form of control, right? It is what it is, right? Scorpios have to conquer you. This is why Scorpios, when they love you, right? Like there's no mistaking that. There's no mistaking that. You can feel it. It's very intense. Like I said, Scorpios, whatever they do it with everything, every fiber in their body, right? Every bone and fiber in their body, right? Sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming because it's like I said, they have to know every single thing about you, right? And anybody that you're talking to, anybody that you're dealing with, right? Scorpios are very, very loyal people, right? They can be very, very loyal. If they want to be loyal, they will be very, very loyal. But I feel as though like the Scorpio women are more loyal than Scorpio men, right? Especially in relationships, right? Which is usually the case in most signs, right? But I feel as though Scorpio women, right, are very, very loyal. It's not easy that they will cheat on you, right? It's not easy that they will cheat on you. Like a Scorpio, do not give a Scorpio a reason for them to, a reason for them to, don't give them a reason. Do not give a Scorpio a reason, right? Because first of all, Scorpios are very, very, very suspicious people, right? They don't trust anything or anybody. So if you give them a reason or give them a thought, the slightest thought, it's over. It is over. Do not give them folks a reason. I'm telling you, right? Scorpios, do not give them a reason. I'm telling you guys, and don't even give them the slightest thought, right? Because if they get that thought, the slightest thought or inclination that you're cheating, is no bueno, my friends. It's no bueno. It's not good, right? It's not good. But like I said, I feel as though the Scorpio women are more loyal than the Scorpio men, guys. That's a fact. We from the show me state. What about Aquarius women? Aquarius women remind me of Sagittarius, right? They've like they're loyal. I think that Aquarius get a bad rep, right? But Aquarius are the people type of people that likes to date the same person for years and years, but they don't like to kind of marry. Like they're like the least married sign, right? Aquarius is like the least married sign, but I think that when they're dealing with you, like they can be very very loyal, right? Right, but Aquarius women reminds me of Sagittarius, right? You cannot make them feel closed in. That's the worst thing you can do with an Aquarius man or Aquarius woman. You cannot make them feel like they're like boxed in or anything like that, right? Like they have to be themselves. They have to get their space. They need their space, right? But Aquarius has to have, if you're dating Aquarius, you have to understand these people, right? These people will have the female friends, whatever gender that they have a lot of friends, right? Or they have a lot of people that they socialize with, right? But at the same time, they like to be around people. They're social butterflies. They also like their space. They like to be by themselves, right? They like to be by themselves. Aquarius women are very, very has masculine energy. Aquarius woman has masculine energy, right? So you really have to be a kind of a tough person to deal with an Aquarius. You have to have tough skin, tough. But I think that Aquarius can be a loyal sign, right? But again, they will be in relationships for like 40 years, and they don't have to marry you. They don't have to feel like they don't need no title, right? Like they just like to do what they do. And it's either that you with them or you're not. Like you're either gonna go with the flow or you're not, right? Um, but I like Aquarius though. Aquarius because they remind me of Sagittarius. And I like the fact that Sagittarius, I like how Sagittarius is very optimistic. I like how um when you ever meet, I don't know, I like meeting Sagittarius because like they seem so positive, right? Like they're like very supportive, very positive, and like just like they go with the flow and like they be riding with you, yo. Like I like that. Same thing with Gemini women. Sometimes we need separate to separate ourselves from the world, right? Because honestly, when it comes to Gemini, right? They have the world in their heads, right? This is why Gemini have hard time sleeping at night, right? They're overthinkers, right? So they just need that space to do them, to go and do them. Like even if they're not doing anything, they need that space. They need that space, guys. They need that. Geminis need that space because they're like going through a lot up here, just like Virgo. This is why they're so flighty. This is why they're so flighty because they have a lot going on right here. They have a lot going on, so they need their own time, right? They're very restless people. Yeah, true, but Sagittarius men are bipolar. That's okay. So remember I was saying about us, about Sagittarius, right? Sagittarius, like men, right? Like they come off like when you're dealing with them, like they come off like cool people. Like not to say that they're bad people. What I'm trying to say is that like they just seem like nonchalant, go with the flow. But once they like their feelings are involved, they have to get total control. They're very very controlling people. They're very controlling people. Oh, Sagittarius, and then you would never think that because it's like they just go with the like, yeah, I don't care. But they're very, very controlling, and they can be very, very dangerous too, yo. Sagittarius are very, very dangerous people, man. Don't play with them. As bubbly and nice as they are, they may seem and supportive. Forget about it. Can you give us an insight on Aries men? All right, Aries men. These men are action people. They're about action. They're like risk takers. I'm not controlling. Oh, okay. That's cool. You know, you may not be. But I was saying Sagittarius men, like I was saying. But you know, that's what's up. But what I was about to say. Aries men, right? They're very action oriented, right? Like they're about action. They're always on the go. Like they're not very very patient, right? But I like meeting Aries because Aries they have like a lot of times when they're operating on a high vibrational scale, they're very good people, right? Like they're very very caring people, right? I love to have Aries as a friend, right? Because they always have your back. There's no such thing as a one-on-one fight. If somebody's messing with an Aries, anybody that mess with an Aries, like just know that you have a protector, right? These people they love to debate. The one thing about Aries men, Aries period, they love to debate. They love to go back and forth, right? They're not very emotional people. They just kind of show their emotions through anger, right? Like remember they're the first zodiac sign, which is the baby, right? So they can be very immature, right? They have like little outbursts, right? But the thing is that once they have that outburst, they don't hold grudges like that. They don't hold grudges. It's just like, all right, so we just argue. All right, what's next? You know what I mean? And a lot of times that comes off like bipolar, right? It's not that they're bipolar. Aries just that it's just like their cardinal energy. So it's just all right, this happened. All right, let's move on. They like to create, set the tone. They like to create new energy, right? So Aries, what about Aries and Scorpio? Very very cool. Very very similar, right? As far as intensity, when it comes to when it comes to like arguments and fights with Scorpios and Aries, it's like fighting fire on fire, right? Because we're just saying that Scorpio is a very intense sign, right? And Scorpios don't like to back down. Aries do not back down, right? They share the same planet, which is Mars. That is the planet of war. So Aries and Scorpios, that's a fun situation, but just know that it's gonna be an explosion when you guys are fighting, right? What about Libra women? Libra women, they're very very diplomatic, very very flirty. We all know that, right? We all know that Libras are very very flirty, very very fun people. One thing about Libras is that Libras are very funny people, right? They have a crazy sense of humor. Libras are very, very funny. They're very, very good with their words, vocabulary, very witty. They're air sign, right? Libras, they're about aesthetics, right? Libras love to shop and spend money on anything. Like it could be like little candles. Libras like to have money, like have problems spending their money on like different kinds of soaps, just candle, just for the aesthetics, right? Libras can be very very vain at times. They like to like focus on um what's on the outside sometimes, or a lot of times. But Libras are very very chill people, very very funny, right? Very they can be sometimes excuse me guys. Libras are very very indecisive, right? They have a lot of like a hard time making decisions, right? They can make a decision and they kind of like talk themselves out of the decision, right? A lot of Libras have problems doing that, making the decision at times, right? They like to make sure things are very balanced in their life, right? Because once one thing's off, it throws their whole energy off. It throws them off, and they would not be the best Libra that they can be if things are not balanced in their life, right? What else? What else, you guys? What about Pisces women, big guy? Pisces women, man. Pisces women. Okay, Pisces women. Pisces are healers. Um, right? They're healers. Water sign, mutable sign, right? Pisces adapt to what's around them, who's around them. Pisces are very, very tired people, right? Pisces are always tired, right? Pisces like to lay down in bed and stare at the ceiling, right? Because one thing about Pisces is that when they come around people, they take on people's energy, right? So if people are going through pain, like hurt, whatever your somebody's going through, Pisces takes on that energy, not intentionally. That's just who they are, right? They just feel like they just take on people's energy, right? So because of that, imagine carrying your load, right? Whatever you got going on in your life, imagine dealing with what you got going on in your life, and then you just so happen whatever room that you walk into, you're taking on that energy of that room, right? It drains you. It makes you tired, right? So this is why Pisces are always tired, yo. They're always tired because they're always taking on people's energy and they're being drained, right? So a lot of times Pisces can seem very lazy, right? They can be very, very lazy, right? And one thing about Pisces, I can tell you, and Virgo are the same thing. They always want to help people. They're helpers, right? They're healers, and a lot of times they will help others and then forget about themselves. They would honestly neglect themselves. They would take on people's problems and help people, right? But neglect themselves. Okay? Virgo man and Cancer woman, right? All right, so Virgo's an earth sign, Cancers are earth sign, water sign, very, very nurturing. Virgo men Virgo alone is very, very excuse me, guys. Virgos alone, right? They're very, very down to earth people. It's an earth sign, right? And Cancers are very, very nurturing, and Virgos are the sign of service. So this can work, but the Virgos can kind of overpower the Cancer only because Virgos don't really like tap into their emotion. They're sensitive people, but they're not emotional people, right? Like so they cannot like a Virgo will not be able to usually understand a Cancer, right? Like the emotions that the Cancer goes through, right? Because Cancer Virgos are very, very logical people, right? They're like what's in front of them, like this plus this equals this and this is that, right? So in order to be with a Cancer, you have to have some type of emotional intelligence, guys. The mouth is neither do Aquarius women. They can be very cold and their mouth can be very reckless, blunt. Right, Aquarius women, right? Yes, they can. They yes. Honestly, guys, Aquarius are very, very emotionally cold, right? But believe it or not, they are very emotional people, right? But it seems like their emotions, they understand their emotions more than anybody else's, right? You got to remember, right? Their opposite sign is Leo, and Leo wear their hearts on their sleeve, so they understand emotions. Trust me, guys. Aquarius can be emotionally cold, but trust me, guys, they have emotions. All right, Virgo. Oh, superficial. I guess you're talking about Libras. Pisces and Scorpio. All right. Pisces and Scorpios could easily work because that's water with water, right? One thing that they're gonna have, the upside of that relationship will be emotional intelligence, right? They will understand each other emotionally, right? Pisces are kind of flirty, so Scorpios can be very, very jealous and overprotective. So Pisces and Scorpios will like have little back and forth, little issues. But honestly, Pisces and Scorpios is a good match, honestly, right? Hello from Colorado Springs. What's up? I'm in Philly though. What they say? Are Virgo men and Libra women soulmates? Okay, I can't like they that's a good matchup. It's a good match. It could be a good match, but the chart has to honestly like it depends what's in your chart, honestly, right? To say soulmates, right? Because anybody can be soulmates, but it's like with the work that you put into it and what your chart says, right? Virgo men, um, they understand. One thing about Virgo men is that they understand women very well. They understand what a woman needs. They know how to attend to women needs, right? Honestly. And Libras, believe it or not, Libras are very like people think that Libras are very very prissy at times, but Libra is actually a masculine sign, right? They're very charming people, very very charming. Actually, this is why Libras love relationships so much because they're actually the sign of partnership, right? Like they have to do things in pairs, like opening up a business. They're gonna do it with somebody that they like, somebody, a friend, a family member. It's the sign of partnership, right? It's a very dependent sign. They're not very independent at all, right? Libras, they can do things on their own, right? But it's the sign of partnership, right? This is why Libras love are is a sign of relationships. They're into relationships a lot. And one thing about Virgo men, they understand women very well, yo. Just like Pisces men, right? Cancer men, they understand women very well, right? Because they tap into that feminine energy. They understand that, right? So I mean, it can work, right? It can work with enough, with enough energy and the right energy and the work you put into it. A lot of relationships will work. Same thing with Gemini women. We always become cold, right? Yeah, Geminis do not operate with emotions unless that they have a water sign in their moon, like their moon, they have a moon like water sign, right? Like they don't operate with emotions at all. Gemini's logical, intellectual, right, intellectual. Virgos likes to give mixed signals all the time. If you are a very sensitive and emotional person, yeah, you got to be careful with a Virgo, right? But they understand. It's like they're not emotional, but they're sensitive, so they understand emotions. And then their opposite sign is Pisces, which is a water sign. I'm a Pisces in love with a Leo man. I feel like we ain't mean to be. Yeah, like you got like think about Pisces. Pisces can are like hopeless romantics, and so are Leos. Leos are hopeless romantics. They love love. They love love, right? But you got to be careful with the Leos, right? One thing about Pisces that people take advantage of Pisces because Pisces come off. I don't think that's just who they are. They come off weaker than what they really are. Pisces is actually a very strong sign, but they come off weaker and people will take advantage of Pisces easily, right? But don't get them messed up. Don't get them messed up because they're like sour patches and they're also like for like they remind me of sour patches. They're like Chucky, right? Actually, Pisces can be a dark sign. Ask a Pisces that you know, a Pisces, if you got a Pisces in your life right now, ask them. And if they're willing to be honest with you, they have a lot of dark thoughts in their head. Like they have like a lot of negative thoughts, right? Pisces can be dark people, right? Like you ever, like a dark Pisces, they're dangerous. They're dangerous, yo. Like these people can be serial killers. They're very dangerous people. Don't get it twisted. Pisces come off, nice, which they can be, right? But they can be very, very dangerous as well. Do not date Virgo. Ooh. Hey, Libras walks in the room with Loeb and Lightjaw. Okay. Okay. I'm a Pisces. Yeah. My wife is a Pisces. So me, I have dark thoughts. Don't know why. What did I just say? What did I just say? What did I just say? Nah, but Pisces have dark thoughts, yo. They have dark thoughts. My ex is a Pisces. Well, he said pieces, but well, that's lie. My ex is a Pisces, and my son also. I'm a Leo. Didn't work. I mean, yeah. I mean, relations. You could be like. I mean, you could have a like guys. Astrology plays a big plays a big role in relationships, and certain signs go better with other signs. But at the end of the day, you have to put that work in to make it work, and sometimes it just don't work. That's life. Yes, my friend, he is a Pisces and can be very judgmental. Yeah, Pisces can be very very negative, guys. I mean, excuse me, guys. You have to remember, right? Pisces is the opposite sign of Virgo. Virgo is always gonna find something wrong. If things are going right, Virgo will always find something wrong. And it's not that they intentionally try to find what's wrong. They just, that's who they are. They're going to find something wrong, right? So remember, guys, whatever your opposite sign may be, you attract. You pull energy from that, okay? You pull energy from your opposite sign, okay, guys? And also you pull energy from the sign before, and but that comes before your sign, and then sign that comes after your sign. What about Cancer and Virgo? I mean, Earth and water works. Think about it. That's how I like to look at it, right? How water makes the Earth grow, all right? But at the same time, too much water can make, like, if you put too much water in your plant, it's bad for a plant, right? So what I'm trying to say is that Virgo has to understand, have to learn emotional intelligence. If that Virgos have to have a lot of water in their chart to understand a Cancer, right? And Cancer has to understand that sometimes Virgos can be very, very mean because demeanor sometimes. So Virgos will say mean things, and it's a lot of times. If you guys, all right, let's say you're dealing with a Virgo, right, or you're friends with a Virgo, when they give you advice, or like when they give you, like when they tell you something about yourself, 9 times out of 10, what they're saying to you is not a lie. It is not a lie, and sometimes it comes off wrong, but it's just like the delivery. But the truth hurts, right? But a lot of times when Virgo tells you something, they're not lying, right? So that can help you, right? But it depends how how the message is coming from the messenger, right? Right. So but Virgos and Cancers can work, right? But Taurus and Cancer work better because they're more similar, right? Like the next, like Cancers are very, very nurturing, right? Tauruses love to eat. Cancers likes to give you that mom and dad feel, like to take care of you. They like to nurture, right? They're very, very similar in that sense, right? That's actually Cancer and Taurus are very, very great match. As a Virgo rising, dated before Cancer, man, can't stand Cancer. Yo, yes, because it's gonna be kind of hard to understand. Like Cancers, even though that they're emotional and sensitive, they can be very, very mean, right? They can be very, very mean, guys, right? And they can actually shut down on you guys. Like they can actually shut down based on how they're feeling, right? And a lot of times, well, it's what the moon says, right? And this is how they're gonna react emotionally. Capricorn woman and Virgo man. All right, that's Earth and Earth. So that's gonna be like a relationship that's very in unison. It can work, right? But it's kind of like Capricorns are emotionally unavailable, right? You have to break down walls because when you're dating, when you're dealing with a Capricorn, they have all these barriers, right? They have walls and barriers that you have to break through to get to the core of that Capricorn, right? Because Capricorn, they do not like to show their emotions, but they actually have a lot of emotions, right? The opposite sign is Cancer, right? But it's just that you have to get through those walls and be very patient to deal with a Capricorn. Capricorn is a very, very tough sign to deal with. And so is Virgo, right? They're very complex, very, very complicated people, you guys. Taurus and Pisces, that works. That's me and my wife. I'm a Taurus. My wife is a Pisces. Um, well, what I can learn from my wife, what I learned from my wife is uh I gotta learn, like as a Taurus, you gotta dealing for Pisces. You have to know what you're saying. You have to watch what you say. You have to watch what you say, right? Because they take things, words will hurt them, right? It will hurt them, and even if you don't mean to hurt them, um, it can hurt them, and it's like you have to be very, very careful when dealing with a Pisces, right? Yeah, okay. Come on with your way. But Cancer, I mean Taurus and Pisces, that works very very well, right? Very very well works. I find him very toxic for me. Okay. Sagittarius woman and Aquarius man. Ooh, okay, so okay, Sagittarius and Aquarius are very similar, right? One thing that you guys have in common is that you guys like to be free. You guys love your space, right? And nobody understands space better than a Sagittarius and Aquarius, right? But that's like a kind of like a scary kind of relationship in a sense because it's like because Sagittarius likes to do them, and Aquarius likes to do them as well. Like when I say do them, it's just like they like to just do their own thing. Even in a relationship, like they can be faithful, but Aquarius likes to have they like to socialize, they like to be out and about, they like to have fun. So does Sagittarius, right? So somebody has to be grounded in a relationship. And honestly, I would think that the Aquarius can be more grounded basically because that although they're their air sign, they're a fixed air sign, right? But that's gonna make them very, very stubborn. Aquarius has to like chill on the stubbornness, right? Because Aquarius can be very, very prideful, and it can be very, very stubborn, right? And Sagittarius, they get like they're not emotional people, but they get mad. Like they get mad and don't really have patience, right? So a Sagittarius will have to be kind of patient when dealing with an Aquarius, right? Because Aquarius are very, very stubborn, prideful people, and it can be cold emotionally. Like, but it's like I said, they understand emotions, but they probably understand their emotions more, right? Like like they don't really have emotional intelligence, right? Um, and Sagittarius is a fire sign. That I like that relationship though because it's like a it's very you guys Sagittarius likes to travel. So I think that Sagittarius can teach Aquarius like the world is bigger than what you think it is, right? You don't have to always, stay in this little box. Like, the world is open and it's you guys' playground. It can actually work, but it's gonna be a lot of flirting in that relationship, like a lot of like it can be an open situation, right? Because Aquarius likes to have options, right? In fact, right, statistically, Aquarius is the sign that likes to that has the most open relationships, right? Aquarius usually likes to have open relationships. They don't like to marry. Like I said, they can be with you for like 50 years, right? And you guys will never get married, right? And Sagittarius, eventually, once they dealing with you, like and they're into you, once they find that right person, they're all in. They're usually all in, and they want all of you. They don't want just some of you. And it's kind of hard to grasp air. You cannot contain air, right? It's hard to contain air. Eventually, it will leak out, right? So fire has to understand that air. Wait, fire. Sorry, guys. These comments is coming, so I'm just. But again, it can work, right? It can work. Sagittarius woman, Aquarius man, right? But I'm telling you, it's gonna be like a lot of flirting, guys. It will be a lot of flirtation, like flirting, right? Aquarius likes to have their fun and do them, but they can be loyal, right? Because the opposite sign is Leo. All right. Flirt together. Like I said, yeah, you guys, it can be like you guys can like have a lot of threesomes, whatever. Cause like I said, Sagittarius is a very open-minded sign, right? They're very optimistic, and then Aquarius, Aquarius doesn't understand emotion. Not true. We just choose. What did I just say? Aquarius, they would not. They're not into emotions. They're more into their emotions. Aquarius, if you know Aquarius very well, they can be very emotional people, or like if they understand their own emotions. Like they will put their emotions, like they understand it because their opposite sign is Leo, right? They have like they understand emotions. It's if they want to do it or not. Like if they want to, if they feel as though they want to console you and stuff like that, if they want to, you know, go with that. But Aquarius, like, they can actually understand emotion, believe it or not, although that they're air sign. Yes, but they'll put theirs first. Like, you think that they're cold. I think that I think that Capricorn could be more colder than Aquarius emotionally. Honestly, Virgo men and Scorpio women. All right, Virgo men and Scorpios are very, very similar. They're very, very freaky, right? Scorpios are known to be the most freakiest sign, but sometimes Scorpios can be like prudes, right? Sometimes they can be prudes, like sexually prude, like sexual prudes, and you know, like in a sense, right? They're freaky. Don't get me wrong, but believe it or not, Virgos are very, very freaky, very, very freaky, right? Honestly, you can find a lot of Virgos that are sex workers. Like, I'm not lying to you, like, right? But honestly, that's like gonna be like a very sexual relationship, very, very sexual. I will not lie to you about that, guys. Virgos are extremely freaky, and one thing about Virgos is that they understand women. They understand how to cater to your needs, right? They're a sign of service, right, guys? So Virgo men, they know how to get to women. They know how to get you. They know how to get, you know, get women. So Scorpios can be very, very jealous, and like I said, they're very possessive, right? Their opposite sign is Taurus, right? So they can be very possessive, and at times Virgos are flirty, right? And you better not have your Scorpio thinking that you're doing something, because once your Scorpio has the slightest thought, you may not even be doing anything. But don't give them a reason. Do not give them Scorpios a reason, right? And the Scorpio women do not play, guys. They do not play. Capricorn men and Sagittarius women, all right, that can work. That can work. But like, one thing that Sagittarius can teach Capricorn is to how to open up, right? How to open up more, right? Like, stop focusing on business. Stop focusing on money. Stop focusing on elevating financially, right? Like, Sagittarius can actually they're good with money, and like they understand, but they're more about experience, right? When it comes, like, they're more about experience. And sometimes Capricorns work too much. Like, even the Capricorn women, right? Like, Capricorn women are very, very cutthroat. Like, they're very cutthroat people, right? Like, the women are very dangerous as well, right? Like, the Capricorn women are very, very, very tough people. And I know that the Sagittarius men can be a bit controlling at times. When they're into you, like, they can be very, very controlling at times. And one thing is that Capricorn has to be the boss. They have to be the boss. Just their mentality alone is a boss mentality, right? These are the type of people that are about status, right? They're about how they look in public. You better not embarrass that Capricorn in public, guys. So Sagittarius, you better be on your best behavior. When dealing with a Capricorn, you gotta be on your best behavior, right? One thing about Capricorn is that they like to show affection, right? They like to show affection, like, in public, or like they like to, but behind closed doors, they can be very, very mean and cold, right? They can be very, very cold and mean. And if you're a man that deals with a Capricorn woman, you gotta be careful, because they're very tough. They're very tough. You cannot be no a soft person and deal with a Capricorn, right? Like, you can, like, as a man like me, right? If I did a Capricorn woman, which I have, right? Like, I can't be very, very emotional. I can't be like, I have to be tough, because Capricorn women, like I said, they're very cutthroat. Although they understand emotions, like, I mean, they know what emotions are, but they choose not to deal with that. Like, you have to get through those barriers, right? Because one thing about Capricorn is that Capricorn dealt with a lot of death, or like dealt with a lot of problems as a young child. Growing up, Capricorns like, they had to go through some type of trauma, like whether with parents. They always have problems. For some reason, Capricorns have had issues in the past with their parents, grandparents, whether it's death whatever it is, right? This is why Capricorns have this mom and pop energy, right? You ever have you have a friend or a relative that's a Capricorn? They give you advice. They when they're talking to you, or it's like they're telling you about yourself. Like it's like a parent giving you advice. Although they could be your friend, like you just guys are friends. When they're talking to you, it's like a parent is giving you advice. An adult, like somebody that's like a grandparent. They're giving you like it's like instead of like they just got that energy, right? It has to do with them growing up, right? They had to they went through something traumatizing, whether loss of a parent not being around, while they were young, right? So Sagittarius man and Capricorn can work, right? But you guys can learn from a lot from each other, right? Capricorn can learn how to. Life is not always about work. The world is a big place. Spread your wings and explore and experience more things, right? And Capricorn can teach Sagittarius how to slow down, and experiences will always be there. But let's be serious sometimes and let's handle business and get this money. Let's get this money. Let's get this money. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Libra women and Virgo men. All right, Libras and Virgos. That's Earth and fire. That's Earth and air. Um, that Libras is the sign of relationship, sign of partnership. Um, Libras have to understand that Virgos are complicated people. So you have to understand that things will get tough in a relationship, but they don't have to just bail out the relationship or start looking elsewhere, right? Because drink some water. I'm gonna get some water. Man, I feel like if I leave, I have to go get some water, guys. Hold on. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm parched. Sagittarius, man. Oh, I was talking about Libra. And yeah, you guys can't bail. You guys can't bail out. You guys have to stick it out and work through things. But Libras and Virgos, it can definitely work. Like I said, Libras, you have to understand that when things get tough, like you guys gotta stick it through and communicate, right? Sometimes Virgos, when they get upset, they like to shut down and go ghost, right? Libras like to communicate, right? They like to communicate, right? They're air sign, right? So they are very, very good with expressing themselves, right? And they actually can be very understanding people. Libras are very understanding people, right? So they don't like to deal with emotions a lot, right? And Virgos don't deal with emotions, but they can be very, very sensitive people, all right? But you guys can work. But I know you guys can have a very, very great friendship for a fact. If the relationship doesn't work, friendship is good between Libras and Virgos because you guys understand each other honestly. You guys can understand each other. Cancer, shout out to you, Cancer. All water signs are very intuitive. Indeed, they are. Right? Honestly, they're not the only intuitive signs, right? Aries is a very intuitive sign too, right? Fire signs are intuitive too, guys, right? They're very intuitive, right? I don't think that fire signs get the credit that they deserve. As far like Sagittarius and Aries are very, very spiritual people. Like they're very, very into like energy. They're into astrology. Like they're very spiritual people. Like Sagittarius believe into the higher. They believe in the higher, higher power, higher learning. Right? You know what I mean? Aries also like they're very, very intuitive. Right? Like Aries. Aries can sense people bullcrap from a mile away. It's kind of hard to lie to Aries too, right? They play kind of dumb, honestly, right? They play kind of dumb. How about Virgo and Leo? Ooh, Virgos and Leos. Virgos and Leos. okay, that's just so Leos come before Virgos, right? So that's the sign before. So you guys can work. It's a fire and earth type of thing, but you guys are actually kind of similar in a sense, right? Um, Virgos, Leos love. They love relationships, honestly, right? Believe it or not, they love attention too, guys, right? Sometimes Virgos, like, they know how to reel you in, right? Because they know how to adapt, right? They know how to make you feel good, right? They know how to make you feel wanted and feel needed. They know how to, because Virgos are the sign of service, so they will serve you and make you feel comfortable, right? But Leos can kind of like will take, gotta be, Virgos gotta be careful because Leos can or will take advantage of that, right? Because Leos, they want the attention, and the thing is that they will accept what you give them, but sometimes they won't. It'll be hard for them to kind of reciprocate that, and this is where the problem this is where the problem will lie, right? Because although Virgos will serve, a lot of times they get used, right? Because remember what I was telling you about Pisces and Virgos? They like to serve people and help people, and but then they will forget about themselves. They will get neglected. Leo is the sign. They're very self-centered. All right. So because they're self-centered, it'll be all about the Leo, right? And it may not be intentional, right? And then the Virgo will actually start to feel like used, like neglected, right? So Leos have to understand that it's not always about them, but it's kind of hard, right? Because especially dealing with a Virgo, that Virgos will make, when dealing with a Virgo, they make it all about you. I'm telling you. So it'll be easy for you to feel neglected, right? Right? Because you're gonna neglect yourself from the gate. But Leos have to understand that it's not only about you. Like, it has to be reciprocated, right? It can work, but you guys have to both be understanding, especially Leos, like that, like, like you have to reciprocate the energy. And Leos are actually, although they're very self-centered, like they can have a good heart, right? They're very, like heartfelt people, right? They're they can be very, very giving at times, but they just have to not be in the mode of always receiving, and and in turn learn how to give that love back. But one thing, Leos are a giving sign. They will give you love, right? They can give you the shirt off their back, right, if they're operating on a higher scale. But Leos and Virgos can definitely work, right? Giving and needy. Yeah, yeah, yes, absolutely, guys. Ooh, Sagittarius man and Sagittarius woman. Oh, yo, honestly, yo, that's a crazy relationship, though. Right? Very similar, of course, right? Very similar, right? But I think that when when a Sagittarius woman is involved, I think that they can be more involved, right? They can be more like loyal, because like both Sagittarius are about experience, right? They're about experience, right? So whenever they meet somebody, or whenever they meet somebody and deal with people, it's all about the experience, like what about like what they learned, right? Because they're about higher learning, right? So you can learn from people, right? But I think that Sagittarius, the women, they will be more into the relationship than the man, because the Sagittarius man, like although like they show that like they're into you, they don't really want to, like, they're gonna not put that energy all into you. The energy's not gonna always go completely into you, but you have to put it back into them, right? And they're gonna act like that like they like you and stuff like that, and they're very optimistic, and they're very positive people. But once they feel as though like it's kind of like they're over with, and then I mean, like, you're gonna see that, like, it's, don't do it. I wouldn't do it though. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Sagittarius man and Sagittarius woman. It depends what's in your chart. It depends what's in your chart, guys. Honestly, right? But Yo, but if I were to say who would be more faithful in that situation, the Sagittarius girl woman is will be more faithful than the man, right? I can tell that the man will be more controlling though. I'll tell you that they'll be very, very controlling. And the thing is that it's gonna be a power struggle, right? Because Sagittarius women, right, they're very masculine, right? Sagittarius women it's a masculine like they're like half man half horse, right? Like it's a masculine sign, so it's gonna be a power struggle, right? And they have to do them, like they have to feel like they're free, like they have to feel like they're not confined in a relationship. One thing about a Sagittarius man, like at first they may not seem like they're not controlling, but they can be very, very controlling. What they say goes, like what they say has to go. So it's gonna be a power struggle. And Sagittarius women, they will fight you. They will fight you. They will fight you, right? Because it's a masculine sign, right? Like a lot of Sagittarius women are tomboys. So they're not gonna just sit there and just go for anything. And if a Sagittarius man can't control you, they're gonna lose interest in you. I promise you. They're gonna lose interest in you, right? So it could work. No, it's gonna need a lot of work. It's gonna be hard to work. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie if it's gonna work. It depends what your chart is. It's gonna need. You're gonna have to. If you're in a relationship, you're gonna have to put a lot of work in. Straight up. Cancer with Sagittarius has been crazy. Yes, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Earth water and fire, like that. Like people think that cancers are weak, but they're actually very, very intense people, right? Like it's an intense sign, dangerous sign. That water will put that fire out, right? That water could put that fire out. Trust me. But it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a roller coaster because just alone being a cancer alone, your emotions go through a roller coaster ride, throughout the day, on its own. And one thing about cancer, sometimes it can be kind of clingy. Like they want to be when they want to be, they want to love. They want to love you. They want to love you in all types of way possible, in any way possible, right? But Sagittarius needs their space. They need their space. They need their space. If you do not give them that space, you're gonna have a big problem. That's why, like, certain signs goes with certain signs because certain signs can't dirt certain signs, right? Like if you're like me as a Taurus man, it'll be hard to date a Sagittarius because it's just Taurus alone. Like when we love, it takes a long time. It takes a long time for us to love, but it's like when we love hard. But the thing is that we can be like very, very possessive, right? Even with our friends, right? This cup right here is my cup, right? Like it's my cup. Like I'm very possessive. Like like we're very materialistic, right? So the point I'm trying to make is that Sagittarius has to be out and about. I like to chill and fall back, right? Taurus like to fall back. Sagittarius has to do their thing. Like it won't work because it's like it's gonna take a lot of work because Sagittarius gonna do them. They're gonna do them. They're gonna do what they want to do because if they Taurus likes routines, right? Sagittarius hate routines. Like that's not gonna work for them. They just like to just get up and go, experience the world and things how it comes. Taurus is like a rock and sit there. So like it's not gonna work, right? So with a Cancer, they're like wanna just love you up and down. Not to say Sagittarius won't do the same thing, but they need their space. They need that let me go do me. I need to catch I need some fresh air. And Cancer has to understand that Sagittarius can be very, very slick with the tongue, right? Even their jokes, they may find it funny, but their jokes can be mean. And Cancers cannot take anybody's jokes. They cannot take anybody's jokes, right? They cannot do it. So a Sagittarius, you gotta be tough to do it. A Sagittarius, yo. You gotta have tough skin, guys. Not to say Cancers aren't tough, but it's always gonna be a fight, yo. It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be lots of fights, honestly, because Sagittarius is not gonna try to hear what you feel all the time, right? The emotional part, right? They're not trying to hear what you feel. Like, what do you feel like at the moment? Like, they're not trying to hear that. Like, they try to stay away from their emotions, right? They try to stay away from emotions. They don't got time for that. They just want to learn and experience the world for what it's for. Virgo man and Aries woman. I can tell you this, right? A Virgo man can teach Aries patience. Patience. That's one thing you guys can learn from each other, right? And Aries, one thing about Aries women is that they're women, but they're really like men. They're masculine, right? And are Virgos are actually feminine, right? The men are feminine. It's a feminine sign. So although Virgos have a slick tongue, Aries women are tough women, right? So Aries women and Virgo men can both learn from each other. Just the sign, just take the gender out of it, right? Just the sign in period, just the sign in general. Like you guys can learn from each other, man. Like um patience and Aries Virgos can learn from Aries is how to be more selfish, right? Because Virgos love to give, right? Or like to help a lot and neglect themselves. Like Virgos have the best advice. They will give you the best advice, but they won't use it for themselves. Virgos will give you the best advice, yo. You want some good advice? Go to Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Who else? Who else? But the thing is that Virgos know what's good for them, but they won't apply it to themselves. They won't apply it to their lives for some reason. So I think the Aries can teach you how to be more selfish, like instead of being like too selfless. And also, Aries. One thing about Aries, they can teach you how to not to stay mad, not to stay upset, right? Like not to hold grudges. Sometimes Virgos can hold grudges based off being just by living in their heads. Taurus. What about Taurus? Okay, good. He does give that to you. Good. Thank you for them roses, guys. Yo, show me some love, man. Show me some love, man. Shout out to you, V Love 50, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, man. I'm out here. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the roses, man. So I need to see some hearts, guys. I need to see some hearts, man. Thank you. I'm a Libra. Shout out to Libras. I like Libras too. Like I like Aries, yo. Aries, like it's like sometimes when you meet them, it's like a breath of fresh air. Like you know what I mean? It's a breath of fresh air, honestly. Hello. How about Aquarius with Aquarius? Ooh, Aquarius with Aquarius. Yo, I know that. I know that combination, honestly, yo. All right, Aquarius with Aquarius, right? That relationship is like a friendship. That relationship is like a friendship. And honestly, to have a decent, long-lasting relationship, you guys have to be friends first. And one thing about Aquarius is like dating your friend. Again, it's like dating your friend. I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because they teach you how to be social. Like when you date an Aquarius, you have to understand that they're gonna have friends. They're gonna have friends. It's gonna be the opposite gender, whatever, and you have to understand that. And they both understand that. Like it's like a friendship. Like Aquarius is like a. It's not a more on an emotional type of thing. It's more like a friendship, but they're intimate. You know what I mean? Like Aquarius and Aquarius, that is fire. That is so fire. Like they can be together forever, honestly, right? But I guarantee there won't be no marriage. Like it's gonna be a small percentage if Aquarius gets married, right? Like I said, like they're like the least married sign, yo. They're the least married sign. But I can tell you that they can teach you how to be social butterflies and at the same time teach you how to have your own space. Teach you how to have your own space. But the thing is that their fights will suck, right? I'm going to tell you why. It's going to be crazy because you guys are dealing from logical, right? What makes sense to you? What makes sense to me? What makes sense to you? What makes sense to me? But guess what? Sometimes relationship is not all about what makes sense. It's not always about logic. It's about how I feel. How I feel. How did you make me feel? How did I make you feel when I said this to you? Right? And that's where the problem will lie. right? But I can tell you that you guys are very, very freaky, and you guys will have a lot of threesomes. Aquarius and Aquarius will have a lot of threesomes. Aries men and Scorpio women. That is fireworks. Fireworks, fireworks. Sexual, it can be very, very like the sex gonna be explosive, right? Pun intended, right? Although Aries is a fire sign and Scorpio is a water sign, right? Scorpio brings that intensity. They bring that deep love. They bring that passion, right? But the thing is that one thing about Aries is that once Aries, they can get into a relationship fast. They will like you fast, but they will get out of a relationship even faster, right? Aries likes to have a lot of sex, right? One thing about Aries, they like to have a lot of sex, right? And as much as you like to hear this or not, like Scorpios is a sexual sign, but they're freaky. But sometimes they're not as freaky as you think they are. And Aries, they're very, very, very freaky people. Like they're very, very is a freaky, freaky sign. Just know that their sex is like it's gonna be quick and rough, right? But it's gonna be a lot of passion, right? I like Aries because Aries, I think they're fun, y'all. I think like Aries can be a very, very fun sign, but it's just like the explosiveness, like the arguments. Scorpios does not like to argue, yo. Scorpios do not like to argue. They don't even like confrontation like that. Not they will not back down. They will not back down. But they rather not have confrontation. Aries can make a debate out of any and everything, right? They don't really understand emotions. Like the emotions comes in the form of like anger, right? Like it'll just be like quick, like they'll just get mad at you, but it's like that's just how they express themselves, and it can be very, very childish at times, right? Especially the Aries men, right? Remember, it's the first zodiac sign, so they can be very, very immature, right? They can be very, very childish, right? It can be very, very childish, right? But Scorpio does not like to argue, right? And I know sometimes Aries can like they have a problem with cheating and all that, whatever like that. Like they can be like kind of like cheats. I'm not saying everybody's cheaters, but you know nobody's perfect, right? But do not give Scorpio the inclination that you're cheating or the slightest thought, like I said, because Scorpio do not play that. Because one thing about Scorpio, they can be very, very loyal, but they got their picks. They got their picks on the side. Like they got their options if they wanted to. Don't make them go there. Do not make them go there. One thing I can say is that the Scorpio women are like usually more loyal than the Scorpio men. Cause Scorpio are sneaky and Scorpio men like to cheat. They, I know that everybody cheats. I know when I say everybody, I don't want to just put cheaters on one sign. That's not fair, right? We have to be realistic here, right? But do not give them the slightest thought that you're cheating on them, right? Because Scorpios, like I said, they're very fixed energy, fixed sign. So when they're fixed on you, when they're fixated, their love is like they're there. They're in it for the long haul, right? They're riders. I'm a Libra. Shout out to Libras. Shout out to Libras. Shout out to Libras. Sag woman Aquarius. Oh man, that works, right? You guys can teach each other some things, right? You guys can teach some things, right? But I know one thing about Sagittarius women, like when they're into you, right? And like Aquarius, you guys have to be careful because like you guys like to have friends, and Sagittarius don't play that. Like they will throw in their sweatpants and kick your butt. Sagittarius women will kick your butt, right? Most Sagittarius women are tomboys. They're about growing. They're about learning. They're about networking. Aquarius, sometimes Aquarius got that issue, got the problem where like they can feel. I mean, like they can seem like they know it all, and Sagittarius will not kind of like that because Sagittarius likes to learn. They like to experience things, right? So for you to sit there and act like you know it all, like that would irritate a Sagittarius, honestly, right? That would irritate them. Although they'll sit there and act like that would irritate a Sagittarius, honestly, right? But Sagittarius likes to meet people because everybody is a new experience. Every new person they meet is a new experience, right? Um, but one thing about you guys do understand each other's space, right? That each other, like everybody needs their own space, and one thing that you guys understand is space, right? But what I advise to the Sagittarius is that don't give that Aquarius man too much space. Don't give him too much space. Do not. Shout out to you Pisces. You sour patches, Pisces sour patches. My wife is a Pisces. Um, as a Gemini, I'm more, I'm more. Thank you, V. Thank you for the hearts, man. Thanks for the love, yo. Cause I'm talking so much. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I'm running out of water. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I had to get a water. I had to go on a water break, man, because I was talking too much. And thank you, guys. Yes, I have cups. I don't have only plastic cups. I just like that big cup because I love ice. And I try to fill my cup up with a lot of ice. My iron is low. That's why I eat a lot of ice. I got sickle cell, guys, so I love ice. It's a bad thing. Bad habit. Okay, I did that combination already, but I'll do it again for you guys because y'all get used to here. Pisces and Scorpio. Excuse me. Pisces and Scorpio, that works very, very well because you guys are both water signs. You guys are very intuitive. You guys understand emotions very, very well. But I can say that Pisces may be emotional, a little more emotional than the Scorpio, right? Um, but I think that Pisces will kind of like Scorpio. I think that Scorpio will kind of like manipulate Pisces more, like because Scorpio is about vulnerability. They're about power, right? So for them to like it's just when they're into you, they want to know everything about you. They have to know everything, like every single thing, every detail about you, right? Because this is how they understand you, right? But again, like when somebody know everything about you, your secrets, which Scorpio likes has to know, they have to know even your secrets, right? They're the sign of secrets, right? They have to know everything about you, right? um Although they know everything about you, you won't know everything about them. But you have to remember, Pisces is an intuitive sign as well. So it's kind of hard to lie to Pisces. Like they can just get in. They got the intuition to where it's like where they will know things just by knowing things. They may have a dream about something, right? And it could be very, very true, right? But where Scorpio may mess up at is that they may think that because Pisces, one thing that Pisces like to do is like they like to play. I don't want to say play possum, but they come off weak, right? And Scorpios will take advantage of you because it's just like that's just their nature, right? Like they like to like once you're vulnerable, like they just like to take control over the situation and everything. So Scorpio may get Pisces messed up and thinking that they're weaker than what they really are because a lot of things. Scorpio doesn't not the only sign that does that. A lot of people take Pisces for them to be very, very weak when they're actually very, very strong. Pisces actually can be a very, very dangerous sign. But Pisces and Scorpio, that's a very, very good match. A very, very extremely good match. They both understand each other emotionally, right? But like I said, Scorpio would rather show their emotions like to nobody, right? They rather go in the closet and cry. Um, because they feel as though that's weakness, right? And one thing about Scorpio, they're the sign of destruction, right? So the more that they know about you, the dangerous, the more powerful that they are, right? So I advise you not to cross a Scorpio because although like they like you know they can be there for you, if they feel as though like they're not messing with you, now they got all your secrets and they would use that to destroy you. They would destroy you. And Scorpio is the sign of destruction, like, right? So they don't have a problem burning down the house that they lived in, right? They don't have a problem burning down their house. You know what I mean? And then going to move to another house, right? Even if they took years to build that house up, you know, with their bare hands. One thing about Scorpio is that they will destroy if they have to and then rebuild. Like I said in my videos. Go check out my videos, my TikTok, guys. He does give that to me. Leo man, Scorpio woman. I like Scorpios. I like Leo and Libra. That works, I think, because they're very very similar, right? But Scorpios, like that Leo man has to, Leos, because Leos love, right? They love to be in relationships, but the thing is that they like to play around too much, and Scorpios don't play them type of games. Especially Scorpio women, like when they love you, like they love you hard. They love hard, and they're very very suspicious people. But sometimes Leo men, like they like to they like cats. So anybody that kind of give them that type of attention, like they're gonna go for it. And Scorpios are very possessive people. And especially the women, they do not play with about who they dealing with, right? All don't get it twisted. Leos are very, very possessive too, right? They're both very jealous signs. They're very jealous people. But one thing about the Leo men, like they can be insecure, right? They come off confident, but they can be very, very insecure, right? But I think that Scorpio women are very powerful, right? Like although like they're like that's a masculine, like they got like masculine energy, so like they're very strong women, right? And honestly, Leo men, like they're strong in the exterior, but they're very, very soft on the inside. They wear their heart on their sleeve. Like, although that's a fire sign, Leos are fire signs, Scorpios can come off very, very intense to a point where you think that they're the fire sign and they don't play. Scorpio question. Shout out to the Scorpios. Yeah, it's Scorpio season. Libra gang. I'm October 19th. Libra. Taurus men and Libra women. All right, so that can work, right? Because one thing that they got in common is Venus, right? Venus is the planet of love, beauty, music, art. Like on the exterior, Libras love things like they can be very vain, right? And they're very, very logical people, right? Taurus don't like to express themselves really, so it can be like where it can be a miscommunication because Libras they can communicate, but when Taurus get upset, Taurus likes to shut down, right? And Libras they don't have time for that, right? They don't have time for that. It's like you're gonna once they feel like they're gonna try to communicate with you, right? But once you shut down on them, they're gonna kind of lose attention. They're gonna kind of lose like they're just gonna lose. Don't lose a Libra because it's easy to lose a Libra, right? Because it's like once they're in it, right? But if you give them a reason to look elsewhere, it don't take much, right? And they're very very flirtatious. Libras are very very flirtatious, right? And Taurus are very very possessive. Taurus don't like that. That flirtation stuff, yo. They don't like that, right? Like because it's like Taurus got this thing where it's like they look at things as their possessions, right? Like, look, right, let me show you something, right? I'm a Taurus man. I'm a Taurus, right? I have an Xbox. Like I like to play Xbox, and my wife she likes to play games with me sometimes here and there, right? Like I have 4 controllers, but I don't want my wife touching my controller. I bought her own controller. Right? It's because I have 3 other controllers that I can use and share, but I rather you. Mine is mine. It don't. Yeah. So I rather you have your own. I will buy you your own. Right. So what things with Libras is that they like to flirt, and it's like that's in their nature. Right. They're very very friendly people, and Tauruses, they're very possessive people. Like they don't like that. So it's like they're gonna have a lot of like arguments and fights, yo. They like I don't. They're gonna and then tourists when tourists get mad, they shut down, right? And then they explode. It takes a long time for them to explode, but they will shut down first, right? They will shut down. So Libras, if you don't communicate with your Libra, they ask you what's wrong. You can't tell them what's wrong. They gon' they gonna start like. I mean, like they can be loyal, but it's like it's tricky because they're flirtatious. I'm telling you, and they also like to be they're very social. So it's like if they feel as though like the grass is greener on the other side, they might go lay in that grass. They may go lay in that grass. They might go test that grass out, right? So we'll talk to other people for sure. I know that for sure. So that Taurus cannot give that Libra. Yo, it's gonna be hard, yo. It's gonna be hard, yo. It's hard. It's hard, guys. It's hard. Libras, man. Oh no, it's hard. You gotta be tough, girl, guys. Thanks for the mustache, V. Yo, V love 50. Thanks for showing me love, man. Like, yo, I appreciate the love, man. For real, man. The hearts, the gifts, whatever. I'm taking it all. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm telling you guys, I appreciate it. V Love, thanks for holding me down, man. I'm a Libra, but I don't like to lie like that. All right, Libras. I know that it's a thing with you Libras in line. Um, you guys like to tell stories, but you guys not the only type of people that like to tell stories, right? Sagittarius like to tell little stories, like little stories, they love drama, they love storytelling, telling stories. But Libras, you guys are up there when it comes to not telling the truth, right? But I want you guys to feel like you guys are being attacked, right? You guys just like to tell, just to talk, like I don't want to call you guys liars, but you guys can be up there. I'm talking about Libra men. Libra men, yeah, Libra men are. I'm not gonna lie, Libra men, it's hard to do with Libra men too, cause they be out there, yo. They be out there. I remember a Libra and a Cancer couple. I remember that. I knew a Libra and Cancer couple. That was crazy. That Libra drove that Cancer crazy. That Cancer wanted to fight everybody, right? That Cancer, because that Libra, they're very charming and they can't help it, right? They can't help themselves. And Libra men, they will help themselves, right? That Cancer, that Cancer even beat up the Libra's mom. The Cancers do not play, man. Cancers have to date somebody that's more their speed. Libras be too much. That Libra was too much for that Cancer. I'm telling you that. But that Cancer beat everybody up. Libras, very very flirtatious. My Don't touch Taurus food. Yo, don't touch our stuff, yo. Do not touch it. I don't touch my chicken wing. I'll buy you your own platter. That's crazy though. I can give you a chicken wing, but I rather make you get your own. I'll even pay for your own. Just mine is mine. That's crazy. That's crazy, but I don't know. That's what Taurus do, man. We move on fast. Absolutely. Libras move on fast. Yeah, I'm telling you. And Taurus is a slow mover. They do everything slow. Libras are too much for can be too much for a Taurus. Don't get it twisted, because Tauruses are very sneaky too. Tauruses are very sneaky people, yo. It is what it is. I'm a Taurus. I gotta be in. You gotta. I got. If I'm talking about everybody else's sign, I gotta keep it real with my sign. Virgo man, Cancer woman, right? I did that already, right? September 1st. But it could work because it's an earth and water sign. That could work. But Virgos can be a little too critical, and Cancers is a water sign, can be a little sensitive or a lot sensitive. So Virgos, they like to give people advice, and it can seem mean because the truth hurts. So Virgos will hurt Cancer, um, intentionally, right? Unintentionally. It won't be intentional. I mean, it'll be unintentional. I just made up a whole new word. Like, what the hell? We move fast. Don't touch the tourist food. No worries. Is Sag man Pisces? Wait, is Sag man Pisces woman good because Jupiter? Okay, yo, honestly, yo, Pisces is kind of similar to Sag in a sense, right? But you know why Pisces is similar to Sagittarius? Pisces is similar to every sign because it's the last sign of the zodiac sign, right? So you know how every sign, like whatever sign comes before you and after you, you have a similar trait, right? Pisces is made up of all the signs. They're made up of all the signs, right? So Pisces is a shape shifter, right? Just as Virgos, any other mutable sign, right? So mutable signs can adapt to any situation, right? So it's kind of like Pisces. I know a Pisces in the Sagittarius combination. It's a Pisces man and it's a Sagittarius woman, right? One thing, like I said, when a Sagittarius is into you, like they're into you, like they it works. It can work very very well, right? Pisces seems is a very laid back sign. Sagittarius is a very masculine sign, right? So the Sagittarius will wear the pants in that situation, but Pisces just does that all the time. They play possum. Like they let you make you feel like you're in control, but in actually Pisces can be really in control without you knowing. By the time you look up, it's like, yo, you were being manipulated and controlled the whole time. But Pisces have a way of doing it, right? Of a finesse, right? So then it's like who's really wearing the pants for real, right? It seems like that Sagittarius is wearing the pants, right? But Pisces has a way to finesse. They're like very, very finesses. Like they're very, very good finesses, yo. But it can work. Sag man. Sag man. And then like Sag men can be very, very controlling, right? And Pisces are flirtatious. They're flirtatious, right? They're flirtatious. My wife, she's flirtatious, yo. And it's crazy because I was just talking about Libras and Tauruses, whatever like that. But Pisces, like they're not like all of their flirtatious. Like man, I don't want to get into that. I'm not gonna get into that. My husband is a Leo. He's childish, right? I'm definitely a liar. Yo, you keeping it real though. Yo, you said you were a Libra. Shug Toussaint. Are you Haitian? Shug Toussaint. Toussaint. That's a Haitian last name. That's a Haitian last name. You gotta be Haitian or French. All right. So Leos are very, very immature, right? They have a youthful, a very they're the sign of the youth. Gemini, Leo, Pisces. Pisces has the Peter Pan syndrome. Gemini is the youth, right? Is very youthful. Leos are very very youthful, right? These people can be the life of the party, right? Leos are childish. They can be very, very immature. They are immature, right? They're like the teenager of astrology, right? They have the fountain of youth thing. Like Leos, I don't like Leos. They can be 50 years old and have the soul and spirit of a college kid, right? So they're gonna be Leos can be very, very immature. Yes, Leos are childish in a sense, right? Like the men, especially the men, Leo men don't grow up. You know how they say men grow up slow, just in general. Leo men really grow up slow. Like they would. I don't think they even grow up. Like they grow up, but they have very very young spirits, very very young spirits. If you have a Libra man, run. Damn. Damn. I ain't said it. You said it. You said it. I ain't say it. Already talked about Virgo? I did a lot. What do you want to know? But guys, I'm about to get off, yo, because my throat is getting dry. Well, damn. Leo is that. Yeah, Leos are immature. Like it is what it is. Leos are immature, right? Also Leos take things to heart, right? Like every zodiac sign rules a part of the body, right? What do you think Leo? What part of the body do you think Leos rule? Take a wild guess. Where do you think Leos? The heart, right? So they take everything to heart. They do things from the heart. Leos take like they're like they take things to heart. Leo rules the heart, right? So you know, but yes, guys, I'm tired, thirsty, hungry. I appreciate you guys for showing me love. Sending me gifts. Showing me love, man. Um, I will get on next time. I go live, but I don't go live a lot. I think I should go live more because um I think that I get to like engage with you guys more and get to know you guys more, right? But I usually go like live like once a month, right? Like when every zodiac sign is every new season, I'll just go live. But honestly, I should go live more. It's just that I be feeling like I don't. It's like I don't know. I just be sometimes I overthink, right? I have a Virgo moon. I'm a Taurus. I move slow, and I have a Virgo moon, so I overthink things too, right? Taurus man and Pisces woman. That's me, my wife. That's me, my wife. Let me give you an example. Me and my wife been together since 2006. 2006. I'm a Taurus man and Pisces woman. That's water, earth, and water. My wife, they out right. She's out right now. Whatever. She's at my mom's house. One thing about Pisces, yo, like when they in it, they're in it. When Pisces are in a relationship, they're in it. And when Taurus is in a relationship, they're in it too. It may take a long time for the Taurus to commit or to just even to get in a relationship. But one thing is that a Taurus, when they get into that relationship, they're not going nowhere. One thing about Pisces, they're escapists. They're like when they don't know how to like Pisces are not like really like a fight. Like they like to escape from reality, right? That's why if you notice about Pisces, Pisces like to daydream. Pisces daydream 8 times, 9 times out of 10 times, 9 times out of 10 in a day. Like they're just daydreamers, like to get away. They're escapists, right? Um, but Pisces man and Taurus man and Pisces woman definitely work. Earth and water, right? Um, but guys, yo, I'm about to get off and it's going. The numbers are going up and up and up. Yo, V. I'm feeling you, V Love. You got the love in your name. You showing me lots of love, man. Appreciate it, man. But guys, yo, I promise I'm gonna get on soon. But I'm tired. I'm tired. Sagittarius season is coming up, right? In a couple of days. I'll see you guys. Sorry. I just did that. I gotta get off, guys. All right, guys. All right, take care. I'ma holla at y'all. Damn, 104. All right, man. See y'all. I'm gonna take this break, guys. Thank you.